Now on WKRG News 5.
I can tell you my heart goes out to those families that are involved in this.
Alabama Governor Robert Bentley speaks out about the tragedy in Pritchard. Plus, from beginning to end, we walk you through a timeline of events that led to the discovery of Hawaii Robinson's body.
We're going to continue our diligent pursuit of the person or persons that are responsible for this senseless, cowardly act of unspeakable violence on an innocent child.
And a promise from local law enforcement to find the person responsible for committing such a violent, cowardly act.
From WKRG News 5, the Gulf Coast news leader, the news starts now.
A painfully difficult time for friends and family of 8-year-old Hawaii Robinson. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for watching. I'm Roseanne Haven.
And I'm Mel Showers. It was the tragic ending we prayed would never come. After 2 days of searching, a city worker found Hawaii Robinson's body down a rural road 1 mile from where she disappeared. 2.5 hours after she was found, her body was taken from the scene by ambulance.
The news of her death spread quickly, followed by cries of agonizing heartbreak for Hawaii's mother and father. Now parents are holding their children a little closer. News 5's Alan Carter has been with law enforcement all day waiting for new developments in this case. He begins our team coverage tonight from Pritchard City Hall. And Alan, what more do we know about this horrific crime since little Hawaii's body was found?
Well, Roseanne, police unfortunately are not saying much about this crime or their investigation, but there is one thing that is certainly clear tonight, and that's the fact that people are concerned that there's a killer out there somewhere on the loose. This was the ending that no one wanted.
It's a situation that we can't handle. This is one of those situations that you really have to put it in God's hands.
After 2 days of searching, it all came to an end here. People who invested time hoping and searching for Hawaii Robinson spent much of the morning where her little body was found.
It's really hard to swallow when it's happened to somebody that young, and we don't want to see it happen to nobody.
Family having to come to terms with the loss of life before it even got started.
Who would in their right mind do this to her? Seriously.
Hawaii was last seen Tuesday, never made the trip to her aunt's house, who now asks why.
She was supposed to be coming to my apartment, but she never showed up. Because when my grandmother told me that she was on the way, I was looking for her.
For the community, frustration that someone could do this.
All I'm saying is they need to find him, because if he get away, he gonna strike again. He gonna do it. He gonna do it.
And frustration in the feeling that more could have been done.
They didn't take us serious, and they didn't feel like it was important. They didn't start searching for her right away.
Pritchard city officials not talking much about their investigation, but determined to make an arrest.
We're going to continue our diligent pursuit of the person or persons that are responsible for this senseless, cowardly act of unspeakable violence on an innocent child.
You can't be mad at them. Be mad at the people who did this to her. Like, seriously. Only thing I can say, Pritchard need to get out there and find out who did this to her. Please. She's a baby.
And this morning, before Hawaii's body was found, police were looking for information from a person of interest. This woman you see on your screen in the store at the same time as this little girl, hours after she was reported missing. They weren't sure if she was with her or not, but police do say that she did come forward and has been fully cooperative. It is not a suspect at this time, but they do believe that she was one of the last people to see this little girl alive. The thing that police need tonight is still more information. If you know anything, have heard anything, you are asked to call Pritchard Police. Reporting live at Pritchard City Hall, Alan Carter, News 5.
And thank you, Alan. News 5's Avery Cotton was first to report the tragic news that Hawaii's body had been found. She takes you through the timeline of events from today.
Just before noon, Rebel Road was swarmed with law enforcement, crime scene tape going up as we arrive on scene. It was Pritchard Public Works employee Johnny Williams who made the call that brought everyone out to the scene, going on a gut feeling.
Me and the fellow would ride down Main Street. I told him I'm gonna go check out on Rebel Road, see She was over there on Rebel Road.
He made his way down Rebel Road.
I look on the left-hand side, and the little girl, she was right there laying on the ground.
It was later confirmed the body he found was little Hawaii Robinson.
I feel dizzy now, though. Like I want to fall out myself.
Within minutes, a large crowd had gathered, finding out the devastating news. Many so understandably upset, they fall to the ground in despair and confusion. One person visibly upset, Senator Vivian Davis figures. With her hand on her heart, she cries as she realizes this search has come to a heartbreaking end. About 20 minutes after our arrival, everyone is pushed back to the end of the road, crowds staying for hours, at times their sadness turning to anger, as they wait to get answers to this tragic story. Reporting in Mobile, Avery Cotton, News 5.
As you heard Avery just say, Hawaii's body was found on Rebel Road there in Pritchard. News 5 took to the skies to give you a better understanding of the normally quiet area, now the scene of a murder investigation. As we approach the scene, you can see two people standing in front of crime tape blocking off the street with a white van and an ambulance. Then we get closer to an old building with a rusted metal roof. In front of that building is where a city worker found little Hawaii Robinson's body. From the air, you can see two blue tents and several vehicles apparently being used to collect evidence. More crime tape also blocks off the area, where more than half a dozen law enforcement officers are standing guard. Another helicopter canvassed the area, which is sparsely populated. Some of the properties here are overgrown and appear to be abandoned. There are so many unanswered questions to this case and the death of this child affecting so many people. I met with Governor Robert Bentley in Point Clear today, and he offered his condolences.
It is so tragic. I mean, your heart goes out to the families, and you know, there's some things that we just don't understand, and how anyone could abuse a child or how anyone could murder a child. We can't conceive of how that could take place.
Starting last Tuesday, family members and community members began their effort to locate the little girl. It was at least 36 hours of prayer, sweat, and intensive searching that left those involved with broken hearts today. On Tuesday and Wednesday, it was the heat and rain that took a toll on the volunteers and law enforcement officers searching for Hawaii Robinson. Today, it was the heat, rain, and the tragic news that Hawaii's body had been found. It was just too much for some.
I wish it was me instead of her. That's how hard, and how my heart is hurt so bad.
I can't explain it, man. I can't explain how sad it is. It's something that should have never happened.
But despite the extreme sadness, the community spirit remained strong.
One good thing out of this, the community really came together. I mean, we had people from everywhere come and give the support to the family. And a lot of us have made a commitment that no matter what, whether it's an infant to a 99-year-old person, we have made a commitment to check on your neighbor and to be our brother's keeper.
Many members from the community gathered at the apartment complex that was home to little 8-year-old Hawaii. They too were devastated when the child's body was found.
My heart go out to them, all these people here to help them. We trying to be strong for them. And Yoshi, if you see this, we love you, and we love Hawaii. We love your whole family, and we just want to say, baby, we saw her, and we did everything we could, and God just gonna keep building us up.
Hundreds in the community gathered tonight at Mount Hebron Church Ministries to once again pray for and support Hawaii's family. News 5's Tiffany McCall attended the service.
There wasn't an empty seat inside the sanctuary at Mount Hebron Church Ministries. Over 900 seats filled.
Only Hawaii can bring a party together like this.
Some were standing for a prayer service dedicated to the family of Hawaii Robinson.
Miss Hawaii actually 2 years ago was part of our after-school program here at the church. And so our hearts are just to see God, even in a situation we don't understand. We don't understand what happened. We don't understand why. We still trust you in the midst of this.
City leaders spoke words of encouragement to the family.
The spirit and the prayers of this great city
are 150% yours this day.
State leaders shine light on the community coming together.
Now we truly need to do what God told us to do, and that is to love each other. We don't love each other enough.
If it takes every breath in our body, we're going to bring justice for your baby.
And local clergy from across the area spoke kind words.
I lose the power of unity back in our community.
That our Lord comforts those who mourn.
Others shared why this tragedy is so personal for them.
Because my son did not get to become home. I don't have a grave to go to.
I mean, I have a daughter, and I couldn't imagine. You know, I can't imagine the pain she's feeling.
Support was also shown to the Pritchard police chief.
I'm going to respect those in authority. Not only are we going to respect you, we're going to pray for you.
The scene of the city of Pritchard pulling together.
So my heart goes out to all of you as we take on this very unfortunate event.
To mourn and celebrate the life of an 8-year-old gone too soon. Tiffany McCall, News 5.
Friends of the family have set up a GoFundMe account to help pay for Hawaii's funeral expenses. You can find a link to that page on our website, WKRG.com, plus any new developments in this case.
Our evening's weather has been a little bit damp, but the heavy rain has moved away. A little comes back, and I'll be back with more in the forecast.
Plus, easing the I-10 traffic congestion with a high-rise bridge comes with a high price tag that could take a toll. We'll explain next on News 5.